Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, we're going to react to a judge giving instant karma to an entitled Karen. Karens that go in front of judges and they think that they can, get their way in court. They can talk to the judge however they want and not get any consequences. I find it incredible, honestly. I find it like, where do you think you are right now?
From expecting to live free by suing and whining pointlessly to having the time of your life with your ex, using your current boyfriend's money, there are no limits to the audacity of a Karen. But watch them get their handed over to them by the right judges in today's video. First of all, let's take a look at this Karen who turned into the Caucasian Hulk when the judge didn't put up with her drama. But looks like even the Caucasian Hulk isn't above the law.
Personal life is your business. It has nothing to do with
Miss Hardwick.
No.
You will be held in contempt of this court if you become disruptive.
I don't care. I haven't done anything to this court. I haven't done anything to him.
So you'll be arrested for contempt of
It
court.
doesn't make any difference.
You will serve 10 days for contempt of court. Go now.
Get off of me!
Wow.
And here we have this little miss, I don't like this dude, so I'll involve the court in it, even though he's done nothing wrong. But boy, oh boy, did she pay the price for it.
Find the case of Nicoletti versus Stevens, case number 0672178
What's going to happen here?
May it please the court, Your Honor. Paul Nicoletti appearing on behalf of myself.
Good afternoon, Judge. Karen Stevens in pro per for my motion for sanctions against Mr. Nicoletti for this vexatious and frivolous PPO.
I'm sorry, on this what?
I have a motion for sanctions against...
I know that. And the purpose of the sanctions are based on what?
It was a frivolous and vexatious PPO based on nonsense.
Vexatious people. What's a PPO?
I am not
What's a
stalking
PPO?
Mr. Nicoletti.
I haven't signed a PPO.
His petition...
Oh, like a restraining order, I think.
Or PPO. Okay, let me...
Okay, were you served?
No, I wasn't, but may I...
No, you may not. How can you ask to sanction someone when you haven't even been served?
That's the point.
Stevens, do not interrupt me when I'm speaking, ma'am.
Woo! This judge is not having it.
I have a constitutional right to be heard.
On what basis? There is no case before me, ma'am, other than the fact that you filed this frivolous motion, taking up this court's time for no good reason other than your own personal vendetta against this man for whatever reason you may have, and I really don't care because it does not involve me or my court. However,
What is happening right now?
had I issued a PPO, you would have a basis to be before me. I did not issue a PPO. He did not pursue his right to a hearing on the PPO. You were never served, and here you are taking up my time so that you want me to chastise him and make him pay money? No, ma'am. Your relief is denied, and in addition to that, I am sanctioning you with costs of $500.
Contempt of court for 93 days?
Wow, talk about Uno reversal. Like, you have to pay $500. I bet that lady was not happy at all.
Because she wasn't willing to say yes or no? Oh, this blondie asked for it. Very few things are as satisfying as seeing a Karen get served.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury? I would like to call... Ma'am, stop. I know you want to control this room, but this isn't Burger King. When the sign changes to Burger King, you can have it your way. Right now, this is my courtroom, and you will answer my questions.
This is Burger King. Oh, that was good.
Stop. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury? Yes or no? Are you going to tell the truth? All right, I'll take that as silence. I understand her attorney is on here. Where is her attorney? Please don't take that. Again, say anything again without telling me you're going to tell the truth, and I will hold you in contempt of court for 93 days.
Cheering so loudly at her daughter losing a present.
Yeah, this isn't Burger King. You can't have it your way. That was funny. That lady should she should moonlight as a comedian.
Loving father? The judge rightfully rained on this Karen's dumbass parade, and we're here for it.
In the case of Miller versus Rasmussen, when it comes to 3-year-old Zaylee Rasmussen, it has been determined by this court Mr. Rasmussen, you are not the father. Miss Miller.
Be respectful.
I'm sorry.
Miss Miller.
I'm sorry.
Wow. That was a horror. I want to swear right now. This guy's destroyed, and you're like rubbing it in his face. Fuck you.
Yes! That's a lot of nerve, considering the alternative is somebody that don't want nothing to do with you or your child.
I'm sorry.
That's a lot of nerve.
Man, get her out of there, man.
You
Look at
just
the
showed
guy.
me where your priorities were right there.
Honestly,
because I
no.
held out hope that you weren't just acting a fool because you so mad at him because he cheated on you that you would cheat your child out of a father. But that cheering you did, what you cheering? I'm a single mother with nobody that loves me or my child. What you cheering for?
I'm not.
No, you were. He is over here breaking down because he loves this child so much. I sit here day after day after day with women hoping a man would drive 16 miles to see their baby, much less 160 miles each way, and abide by a court order and sign a birth certificate and come day after day and week after week so they can grow visitation to have a relationship with a child. And you have no compassion for not just him, but for Zaylee. She's 3 years old. Now, he's not just gonna be heartbroken. We gotta break this news to her. And y'all over here cheering like it's a sport. This is this baby's life. And I asked you, where's this other man? I don't know. And you know he don't want nothing to do with you. Sitting up there cheering. Mr. Rasmussen, I am so sorry. I know this hurts you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Making your current boyfriend pay for your lavish life.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Beautiful.
With your ex-boyfriend is a level of spinelessness only a Karen can show. But lucky for us, this judge didn't get intimidated by the hideous Bob and served her right.
24-year-old Thomas Matthews is suing his ex-fiancée, 29-year-old Janice Hadsall, for the return of the engagement ring. Janice claims she sold the ring to pay bills.
Mr. Matthews, according to your complaint, you and the defendant became engaged.
Yes,
You bought her a ring. You were supposed to move into a new townhouse.
Yes.
So far, that's correct. Is that right?
No, Thomas and I had never gotten engaged.
According to your complaint, you bought her an engagement ring.
Yes.
And you wanted to move into a townhouse. In order to do that, you had to break your lease. And you paid the bills to do that, to break the lease.
Yes.
So that you could move into this new townhouse together.
Yes.
After you paid those bills, you found out that Miss Hadsall was sort of friendly with her ex-husband again. Are you now living in the townhouse, sir?
Yes.
And is living in the townhouse with the ex-husband.
The townhouse that he paid for? That he put the deposit for?
Which was facilitated through your paying the bills to get her out of her old lease.
Correct.
Oh, damn. Damn. Oh my God. Oh, you didn't.
So you want two things. You want the engagement ring back, and you want the bills that you paid.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the ring first.
Okay.
You have it?
No, I don't.
Where is it?
Well, when Thomas and I was supposed to move in the townhome, he agreed to help me with the bills and the utilities and stuff like that. When he and I had split up or broken up, that I had to sell not only that ring, but some other items that I had for
I don't believe
my
you.
bills.
I think you're a liar.
Go and get that ring.
I think you just didn't bring it because you didn't want to give it to me. That's what I think. How much was the ring?
$2,069.56.
Pay him his money. Pay him his money.
White gold. I believe it was 1.5 carats.
You have the bill for it?
Yes.
Pay that man his money. How could you do that to him? If you weren't over your ex, just tell him. Don't waste his time. Don't
Well,
waste
that's
his
what
time.
Kay Jewelers calls it, an engagement ring. And Kay Jewelers doesn't lie.
Personally, we think the judge went a bit easy on her. We'd have done a lot more than calling her a not nice person.
We had talked about, before we move into the townhome, possibly getting back together. The day after he told me to meet him at the apartment, that he had a gift for me. When he showed up at my place, he gave me the ring. And I told him, you do understand that we just got back together, that we're not getting engaged? He said, that's fine. He had asked me, when do you think would be a good time to get engaged? And I told him, not even for a year now.
You're not a nice person.
Fine.
You're not a nice person.
I mean, even if that's true, which I don't believe, even if that's true, don't accept the gift. Don't take the ring. Because then there's no kind of contract between you. Do you know what I mean?
Because whether you said it or not, bottom line is, you're old enough to know what an engagement ring looks like.
Right.
And if you accept it, and if later you go back to your ex-husband, you be a nice person, and you give him back his ring, so he doesn't feel like a fool. Do you understand?
Yes,
Give him his
Do
money.
I make myself clear?
Yes.
Y'all might want to sit back with some popcorn for this.
Man, please, if any of you guys know what happened there, let me know. Tell me that man got paid, because I'm sorry. What she did was scummy. If you don't want to be with him, just tell him and give him back his shit.
Because the judge seemed to have a no bullshit rule that is acceptable to all, Karen or not.
You have this other case for driving a license suspended, and
yes, I actually was. If I could be heard on that matter, I was going to ask.
Before you go there, I want to be enlightened. I didn't think your license got suspended for 6 months just for getting arrested for a DUI.
It was a mistake, admittedly, by Michael Wagner, who testified to that today.
He caused her to have her driver's license suspended for at least a few months, and now you're arrested.
Yes, he did, Your Honor.
For nothing. Yeah. So you're going to no-cross that case, or am I going to get mad at you today?
Perhaps you can get mad at me, Your Honor, but at this point, the only thing that we're willing to do,
Did you hear the uncontroverted testimony of this officer?
Your Honor, regardless of...
Tell me your position.
Yes, Your Honor. The DMV is in charge of suspending licenses.
Yeah,
they receive the ticket from
officers
the
lie to them.
Correct, Your Honor, and that's why patrons...
Then I want you taking him up on perjury.
Your Honor.
Will you take him up for perjury?
He admitted it was a mistake, Your Honor.
No, but he lied. He lied on a sworn citation.
Not, Your Honor, and that is not true.
I'm dismissing.
The state's position.
I'm dismissing.
You cannot summarily dismiss, Your Honor, without a motion for us to be able to respond to.
No, I'm dismissing the charge. You can appeal.
We will, Your Honor. Please provide us a written order.
No, I'm dismissing the charge.
So there will be no court minutes or whatsoever.
It's interesting that they're going back and forth like this. Like, first of all, where's her lawyer? So she probably chose to represent herself. I don't know what's going on here, but it seems like the judge is getting quite emotional, which I don't know. I guess they do have some leeway to do that.
Based upon this record, and that case has the same record as this case. So take it up on appeal with him lying about it and getting her license.
Your Honor, and I won't let that be said today. He admitted to the mistake today. Patrons and people who have identifications and driver's licenses in the state of Florida have to keep their address on file. The state intends to amend the charge and proceed on no ballot.
I'm rescinding the sentence. I'm granting the JO.
Love the determination the judge has. No matter how many times that Karen tries to object, the man refuses to budge.
So you're granting it because you don't agree with the state's decision on the other charge?
JOA in fairness.
In fairness, because you don't like the state's decision today, Your Honor, on the case?
No, you're not. No, I've reconsidered all of the testimony and the evidence. And you know, now that I consider what Officer Wagner testified to and how many times he basically tripped over himself unnecessarily just to arrest this lady with no real probable cause. We should have had a suppression hearing. I'm granting the motion for jail.
Then the state would like to be heard on that matter, Your Honor, as they're entitled to be heard.
Sure.
Today we've proven, as Your Honor initially indicated, until such time as the state was not able to tell you why we're proceeding on the charge that we were proceeding on, the state intended to amend that to either a civil infraction and or a no valid, but the state needed time and intended to do that. However, in this particular case, there was ample testimony as to the fact that the defendant's own statement that she was in possession of alcohol and she drank it. There was testimony uncontroverted from the defendant that was in fact alcohol and she normally doesn't. This is again evidence, direct evidence, and not circumstantial evidence. Furthermore, there was bad decision making, there was balance, there was sway issues, and everything else.
I think at this point, you're just wasting your time. The judge nothing she's going to say is going to move him from where he's at. It's not going to change his mind.
Anyway, for the defendant, you're done. But you still have this other criminal charge. I'm not dismissing that. The DeWillis, we're going to go full bore. We'll get DMV people in here. We'll get Officer Wagner back here, and we'll find out why your license was suspended if somebody broke the law to cause your license to be suspended. And that's the route you wanted to go.
No, Your Honor, that's not the route.
Is that another case on your docket? I
Yes,
heard
it
that
is
was on your docket in both. Okay, I just wanted to make
We'll
sure.
see where that goes.
Okay.
Motion, the JOA is granted.
Your Honor, I believe it would be judgment notwithstanding a verdict.
Judgment notwithstanding.
And you're not going to provide a written order on that?
Nope. No need. It's in the minutes. You want to appeal me?
Click on one of the videos on your screen right now.
Wow. Great video. Honestly, the one with the guy who just immediately started breaking down when he realized that the girl that he thought was his biological daughter wasn't his. And she just, the mother of the kid just starts celebrating and trying to rub it in his face. It's like, where are your priorities at? Like, yeah, the guy might have cheated, which is horrible. I don't condone cheating. It's terrible. But now you're cheering because, your kid has no dad now. Like, what's to cheer about? Like, that's not something to cheer about. Like, regardless of how the guy, behaved in terms of faithfulness, like, if he's been a really great dad to your daughter, that should sort of take priority, shouldn't it? Like, I just don't get when people use kids, when they use kids as weapons, like in relationship stuff. It's the stupidest of behavior, because really you should be the happiness of your kid and the well-being of your kid, in my eyes, should be your priority. Like, that should take precedence. Like, do you guys agree with that? Do you guys see where I'm coming from? Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.